Not sure. All right, a lot of cutscenes. Entirety. Ah, we save in a certain points. Woo! Okay, level 82. Hmm.
Ilsabad, divided in twain by a vast mountain range. Those who would traverse its jagged peaks face peril at every step. But why go by foot when one can simply fly? On the outskirts of the Imperial capital, in the frozen wastes of the Magna Glacius, the winds howl in icy protest, as if to warn against further trespass.
We've received word from Thancred's reconnaissance party. They've sighted a detachment of heavily armed Imperials.
Survivors of the Civil War, perhaps?
Your lips are purple. Are you okay? My lips? Purple? Huh? Oh! The character. Oh, maybe.
Perhaps, but there is more to it than that. Maxima reports that they are led by Vergilia, legatus of the 3rd Legion, which comprises the bulk of their number. However, they are also joined by several members of the 1st.
From what I recall, the 3rd Legion fought for Nerva in the War of Succession following Varus's death. The 1st, on the other hand, were under the direct command of the Emperor and rejected Nerva's claim to the throne. These legions were enemies.
Hola, papá. Okay, she got it. She wants to see herself.
Indeed. In fact, our sources claim that it was a conflict between them that sparked the Civil War. Yet now, these former foes cooperate to defend a ruined Garlemald from invasion.
Then it is all but certain they have been tempered.
So, what's the plan? If me and my crew is out reaving, we charge straight in, no messing about. But that ain't what we're here for.
Quite right. Soldiers or no, they are people of Garlemald, the very ones we have come to aid. Direct confrontation is unavoidable. Nevertheless, we must make every effort to limit casualties on both sides. Rather than kill them, I would remove them from the field.
How so? Savage beatings, disarmament, and imprisonment? Not impossible, but easier said than done in the heat of battle.
Having observed the opposition, I imagine Thancred had something to suggest?
He did. He and the other scouts have already infiltrated a supply depot some distance beyond the Imperial detachment's current position. Stored within is a stockpile of Magitech armaments, and once we give the signal, Thancred's team will destroy them all. In so doing, we will deprive frontline troops of materiel, and likely force the detachment to send men to investigate.
Divide and conquer. Not a bad idea.
Once the scouts have finished their preparations, we will split into two groups. The first will form the vanguard, while the other brings up the rear with our supplies. As for the Scions, I ask that you lend your assistance where you deem it needed most. I would prefer, however, that you accompany the rearguard and be prepared to join the van at a moment's notice. Kept in reserve as our trump card, so to speak.
Oh, they're there.
Your proposal was well received. More specifically, they asked that we destroy the Imperial's toys in as spectacular a fashion as possible.
Ah!
Pistola always did have a flair for the dramatic.
Ah!
She's not an easy woman to please, but I shall do my best to satisfy her thirst for fireworks. All right, once more for my peace of mind. Our first objective will be to rig the enemy's Magitech with explosives. After we've withdrawn to a safe distance, we'll detonate them remotely. Our second will be to issue a deactivation command to the automated units via the control terminal. If our calculations are correct, this signal should reach those deployed on the front line, giving our friends a much-needed upper hand. The blizzard will help us stay hidden, so let's aim to get in and out before it passes. Trust in the plan, and we should all live to see tomorrow.
In the meantime, I will relay messages back and forth as the situation unfolds. You'll forgive me if I ask again, but are you certain you wish to play the Lone Wolf?
Lone Wolf.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Call it foolish and reckless if you like, but I'll get the job done. I always do.
Oh.
Very well. I wish you the best of luck.
Quer, Tancred. Oh, great! I'm not a good Tancred. Assume there is nothing else you wish to confirm. We may commence the mission as soon as we're ready. Let's go. Yeah.
Keep your wits about you.
It's time.
Ah!
One shot at this, so let's make it count. Count.
She never played Metal Gear Solid. No, I didn't. Oh no. Wait. No, he's gonna see me. I need to go invisible. Can I go here? No. Ah!
Must be losing my touch.
So I lose anyway? If I kill something? Okay, I can kill one. Oh, here.
This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned. Head to the control terminal. It should be to the northwest.
Understood. Have the others wait at the rendezvous point.
How do I go there? The other side? Ah, there's 2 dogs. Ah.
Spotted.
How do I get that one? What? Agora. Go via mira. Ah.
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, to my considerable relief.
What news
Well,
from our comrades?
I died 3 times.
They stand at the ready.
Excellent. Then let the fireworks begin.
Yeah, thank you.
The blizzard's beginning to clear. The Vanguard should be engaging the Imperials any moment now, if they haven't already. Ishtola and the others are with them, so I'm sure they'll be all right, but... Wait! Something's coming!
Oi, oi! Looks like we ain't the only ones who sent out scouts. Keep them away from the carriages! We lose those, and we're as good as dead!
Yeehaw! So Final Fantasy. Ah!
Fighters, protect the others! A brief respite, but stay alert. Keep the carriages safe.
Display, but the other carriages are still in danger. Go on ahead. We'll hold the line.
We're the only ones still struggling. Can't we put our backs into it then? I've been itching for a good scrap.
Oh dear.
You lot all right back there? We're fine and ready for more. Hear that? Get to the front and turn the tide.
Front?
Removed from the field was not a euphemism for enthusiastically murder.
Yeah.
It's nothing that won't heal in time. The trouble is, their tempering has made them utterly fearless. Subduing them would be easier if they had the capacity to submit in the first place.
Well, this is the path our young charges would have us walk, and that we all agreed to follow. You knew it would be hard, yet still you pledged your lance, did you not?
That I did.
Woo!
That's for Gilia. Damn it. I need to help the others take her down.
There's no end to them!
Oops.
I was wondering when you'd turn up. There's no stopping us now. Come on, let's show them what we're made of.
Ooh.
We have them now! Forward!
Right! Let them have it!
As a raging bull!
Oh my god.
That card! For Gilead!
Do not fall behind!
Uh-oh. Yep.
Heal or die!
Why am I in front of her? Oh dear. Those things need to go down or I need to have them? Oh dear.
Tremble before the sun!
No, wait, what's going on? What did she happen? What happened? How? How did I complete that? Oh, she's not down yet. Use this magic against you before.
A worthy adversary.
In Stormblood.
Rest, recover, reclaim yourself. Then we will fight again, to the death. Sadu had too.
Ah!
That was the last of them. The day is ours, thanks to your timely arrival. What of the supply caravan? Outmaneuvered, but not outmatched. Good. Let us take the Imperials into custody and rejoin our comrades. And soon we shall arrive at the capital.
Ooh.
So cold and unforgiving. Thus spoke Emperor Solus as he gazed upon his barren domain. "800 years it had been since the Garleans first set foot here. Bested by the Kavosi, after centuries of war and driven from fertile southern pastures into the blasted northern wastes. In that garden of desolation, they clung to one another for warmth, freezing, hungry, desperate, hated. the chosen forsaken. In the year 1513 of the 6th Astral Era, a young legatus named Solace single-handedly sparked the Magitech Revolution. How did he conceive the machina that feed on ceruleum? Once a common, soft-spoken soldier, how had he so quickly ascended through the ranks? Like so many others, those who knew the truth are gone. Taking in the capital with his eyes for the first time, I recall thinking to myself, far colder on the earth than in the heavens. Yes, far colder indeed. Bitterly so.
Not so much as a whisper.
Oh boy.
The roads leading beyond the city walls would have been used less in recent years. Nevertheless, this was one of the most important gateways into the capital.
A buzz day and night with activity, aye. Merchants passing through the checkpoint, many of them stopping at the local hostelries.
Surely they cannot all have been tempered.
We can consider the question after we have made camp. If we spend any longer outside, we may well freeze to death where we stand. The tempered Imperials, too.
This will be our temporary base of operations. Secure shelter for ourselves and the injured, and dispatch scouts to survey the surrounding area.
If we're planning on staying here a while, we ought to give this place a proper name.
Well, the constant sound of ice cracking underfoot makes me think of broken glass. An apt name, perhaps. But enough of this. To work, everyone!
Oh, you're gonna mount a camp? Or... Oh. Regio Urbanissima. Oops. In spite of the obstacle we faced, our plan proceeds apace. Just a little further, and we will reach the capital itself. Still, we must get ahead of ourselves. As soon as the camp has been made fit for purpose, we are to discuss a course of action with Lucia. Would you mind asking Stola and Garrett to join us in that building to the northeast of the camp? Alice and I will meet you there. I'll make my way over once my head has cleared. In truth, I've been feeling out of sorts since we arrived. The air thick with a palpable aurora of malevolence. There's the monstrous tower on the horizon, jagged, hideous, and holy. Even at a distance, its presence is overwhelming. Much like the sensation I felt in the Tower of Zot, only for more terrifying. Aether flows unceasingly towards it, converging into a swirling mass of unfathomable power. For a blessing, the constant chill in the air is helping to anchor my senses in the here and now. Tell the others I shall be with you in a few moments. Nice. Very big. You'll be pleased to know most of the temperate have been quartered inside in nearby buildings and they are receiving treatments as we speak. I do, however, feel no small amount of guilt for commanding civilians' homes. The occupants may be long gone, but everything is exactly as they left it. Considering the length of the time that he has clearly passed since, one would expect to find them ransacked. Strangely, there are no signs of anything having been stolen. It's possible that everyone fled at the first sign of trouble, though it seems to me they left far too many useful possessions behind. Although there is no conclusive evidence, I strongly suspect they were tempered. Sorry, I was merely thinking aloud. You mentioned meeting? I will make my way there. Thank you for informing the others of our meeting. When everyone's here, we will begin.
Our present situation is as follows. Efforts to aid the people of Garlemald have begun in earnest. Moreover, having entered into the capital, the Imperial Palace is within our reach.
But before we proceed further, we must learn what has befallen this city. For therein lies the key to understanding and combating the Telophoroid's designs.
I have a suggestion. If several of the Imperial soldiers we captured on the Magna Glaciers are members of the Populares and acquaintances of mine. Once we have cured them of their tempering, they should be able to give a reliable account of the events leading to the capital's downfall.
A promising idea. I will assist the healers and their ministrations. Of course, I will require a proxy of my own, assuming you can spare one.
Would you like a hand?
No, I am sure we will manage. Better that you take my place in the field. The noxious ether of this place disagrees with me, and as I shall need to draw on my own for the treatment, 'twill be prudent for me to remain within the camp.
This talk of curing the tempered is all well and good, but I reckon the cold is a more pressing concern. All the houses round here are fitted with ceruleum heaters that could keep us warm and toasty. Problem is the machines seem to have given up the ghost, and if we keep sitting around, freezing our asses off, we'll be next. My smiths reckon that with the right parts, they can have them working again, but it won't be easy.
Understood. The machinist will assist them in the repairs.
The rest of us should either stand watch or survey the area.
We've made our presence known to the Telophoroi. They will be searching for us, if they have not already ascertained our position. That we have seen no sign of them since the battle suggests they have yet to do so. However, I suspect they may be biding their time.
Maybe.
Or perhaps we are beneath their notice.
In any event, we'll find no answers standing around here. Urianger, Estinian and myself have visited Garlemald recently, so we'll lead the reconnaissance efforts. Perhaps bolstered by a few Bosnian and Dalmatian scouts from my previous excursion for good measure.
Don't forget about us Alamegans. We have experienced scouts of our own.
Well now, this is turning out to be a rather sizable team. With such numbers, we should be able to cover a wide area with relative ease, including that surrounding the Imperial Palace. How about you, Graha? I have a feeling we'll find a use or two for that vanishing spell of yours.
Twould be my honor to be of service, though I doubt that you of all people need rely on my tricks.
That leaves us with guard duty.
As a matter of fact, I have something else in mind for the two of you and Alphino. Between here and the center of the capital lies the Eblan Rhine. I would have you search the area for survivors. Your keen sense of direction, honed in your extensive travels, should prove useful in navigating the ice fields. I have faith that you will, and look forward to greeting you on your safe return. You all have your duties. Let us make haste. May the Fury bless and keep you.
May the Fury bless him. Like that. Did I tune? Gods be good. If it's this cold with Tetra's clothing, I dread to think how we'd fare without it. I must remember to thank her when next we meet. It makes me realize too that while the people of Garlemald have spent their whole lives in conditions like this, even they be hard pressed to survive away from the warmth of their homes. If there are any survivors, we must find them, and quickly. Can you give me something to do, or have you? It happens. I too have been ordered to make myself useful. Sounds like rather to all order. Since you ask, we're to score the Eblan Rhine for survivors. What? Wander around ice fields on the off chance you will find someone? You take forever to finish the job without the benefit of my expertise, or more specifically, my telescope. Come, friends, I know just the spot to begin our search. Look at this, but it may well humor him. Alright, let's do it! I spy with my little telescope a massive cheap thing, or maybe it's a cow. Not what we are after either way. Is that a electric current? Oh no, just a wind sprite. Other than that, it's always snow, but what do I see here? There is no mistaking. That's a girl. Survivor? Show me. Over there behind the tree. It looks like she's running away from something. But surely not us? She wouldn't even know you're here unless she had a telescope like mine. All I can tell is that she's wearing a pale green dress. A rather fetching one at that. A dress on this cold? She'll be long gone by the time we get anywhere near. But we should be able to follow her footprints. I'll let Lucia know where you're heading. And take these warming tinctures with you. The poor girl must be chilling to the bone, if not on the verge of freezing to death. That's actually very thoughtful, thank you. But won't you need some of it yourself? No, I'll be fine. As a man of chief valor, my honor demands I do no less. And lest we forgot, the very reason we are here is to protect those in need. Now go and Godspeed. The east. Over there. They're there, over there. I can see from here. This route appears to be the same as the sun. Getting closer. I'm sure of it. At first we thought she'd gone inside the building, but the door doesn't look to have been opened in some time. She might still be nearby, so I will keep looking around here. Then again, it is also possible that she ran right past this place. Would you mind searching up ahead? And she surveys her surroundings. Were you to call out to her from this distance, it might attract a wild beast to your location. Say to get closer first, but you must do so without drawing her attention. Oh, I'm not good at that. Follow the girl from distance. The objective will end in the failure if you are noticed. Make sure to cover such as rocks to approach her without being seen. Similarly, the objective will also end up in failure if you fall too far behind. Should you fail to complete the objective, you may try again by returning the designated location. need to kill that. Imagine, she said I must be imagine. Come on. Oops, 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 oops. She's running. We got. They're all depending on me. Can I go there? Yeah. Still in one piece. Speak with the girl in green. Do you have a mark? The place is sky high. What? We just want to talk. Your savages are ones responsible for all of this. You did this to us. Oh my gosh. The Leffer are the ones to blame. They're the ones who laid waste to Garlemald. They won't stop until they destroy the entire world. They are the enemy, our enemy. On our way, we encountered Imperial soldiers who had been made their thralls. Those poor souls are now in our care, and we are striving to cure them of their affliction. You're the first person we met who wasn't already enslaved. How are you able to escape with the Teleforce influence? Are there any other like you? I'm sorry, I don't mean to overwhelm you. Let's start with introductions. Can you tell me your name? You have to remember that. Yeah. Licinia. Asking myself the same
Hello,
question.
Power of Positivity. We
Oh,
missed
Power
you.
Positivity! I won't be on for long, but good to see you. Good to see you, and thank you for stopping by. How are you tonight? Hope everything is going well for you.
Come here, you. Hug.
Hug. How's it going? It is. I'm going great out. Okay. I may be back later. You see. See you later. See ya. Thank you for stopping by. It was like waking up from a nightmare. I thought that maybe the fighting had stopped, so I stepped outside. If your hills are real, I saw one that day. I ran past friends, people I'd known all my life, eyes vaguely, dead, staring at the sky. Others were mad and violent. I saw them struggle with soldiers, but didn't stay to watch. I fled as far as my leg would take me. You have family here? Is he their home? No, this is a Victor's Spoils, a mansion for retired soldiers. Or it was, but now me and a few others are borrowing it. As for the explosives, I was making that up. I just wanted to keep everyone else safe. And I didn't know if you were the truth is our supplies are running low. You say you're here to help, Kenny? Of course, whatever assistance we can provide, we will. Thank you. I'd better tell the others first. Wait here. Mm. They all have this. This is everyone. Lucina says you can be trusted, but these are desperate times. We'd be fools to let foreign troops into our home. Having said that, were you to provide us with means of heating the place as a sign of goodwill, perhaps we could take at your word. If that's too much to ask, then leave us be. Let's put my firework getting skills to use. Can you provide a spark with a little magic outside? Oh, Alice, you have a fire burning in no time. May we build it under the gazebo? The what? Oh, you mean the boiler? Yes, yes. Do as you will. She was like, what's going on? Oh, I thought somebody's gonna show us. Sorry, I'm still finding it hard to come to terms with all that happened. Now that you are here, thought I'm hoping things might change for the better. You know, I've worked up quite a sweat from all that running about, so I will leave space around the fire for the others. As you can tell, they are in a far worse state than me. We are planning to look for somewhere warmer or with more food, but they are not going anywhere until you nurse them back to health, which I don't know how to do. Is there anything you can do to help them? Yep. Leave with me. I can treat the frostbite and their wounds, but it will take time for the fire to do its works. Now would be a good occasion to make use of Emmanuel's tinctures. The ones that we can warm the body from the inside out. Would you make sure to everyone gets one? Of course. Yep. I never hear of such a thing. No, I'm trying. Have you here out of the city talk calling that seems absurd after what's happened? Is not by winds now. The few winds is still standing offer no more than major protection from wind and snow. Food production, water purification, the magic tech that sustained us has come to a grinding halt. What much machina that remains operational cannot be run of lack of ceruleum. Of course, cerulean ingots is full of this stuff. For all the good it does us. No one here knows the first thing about extraction or refinement. The tincture. Libation, it says. Is it a poison? By any chance? That is a joke. If I laugh, that is the mine whip. So say the poet, and alas, my tears would freeze in my cheek are they found. I am to bear witness of the fall of the great empire while our brethren lie dead, or leave us, or live on as a puppets of flesh. First came the war, then came the war. When morning came, Garlemald was no more. In a cacophony of gunfire, explosions, and screaming was our beloved capital razed to the ground. From the rubble rose the disheveled remnants, their lavish finery cake, and ash as they shuffle. I don't understand anything of what he say. Towards the place. Oh. Each bear fragments of stone or metal, an offering perhaps to the architect of our destruction. I hope of you try the reason with the dangers only dashed, only to beaten for their kindness. My health, preservation now, and the fellow cowards. Oh, alright. This is a radio. You don't have them where you came from, I take it. We use them to listen to messages sent by others, even over great distance. There are different types, but this model is by far the most popular. Made with quality components crafted with the finest ore, sourced from Locus Amoendus. It is. Not all that useful since the capital fell into ruin. The people at the broadcasting station must eat the other flat or end up like all the others. Because all we've been hearing in the same music being played over and over again. Home beyond the horizon, an ode to the brave me and woman sent to claim our ancestral homeland of Locus Amoris. We may have founded an empire in these frozen wastes, but we always hope to take back what was once ours. This is a solemn reminder that though we must suffer great hardship, better days what's up? Will surely come. Despite everything, I believe that Imperial Varys yet lives, and that he speaks to us through our radios. It was screwing strategy, faking his murder. He must foreseen this catastrophe and choosing to consume himself, that he may one day make his triumphant return. Yes, yes, I'm sure of it. Imperial Varys would not be defeated so easily. What? Oh my gosh. Oh, this is what you gave the others? Thank you. I'll save it for later. Actually, I have a few things to ask you. Are you part of the group staying in Wandering? I saw that Virgilia's troops heading towards the Magna Glaciers a few days ago. Are they the ones you encountered? Some broken glass, you call it. And Virgilia and her men are all there now? So how did you reach the Manga Glaciers? Did you cross the mountains on foot? Kind of. I have chocobos. I do have chocobos. Airships. Oh yeah, I have airships too. Then we might be a way to... Who is it? Something the matter? A voice from inside, you say? You must be imagining things. Everyone's out here. Perhaps the baby Almosti has found its way into the house. It wouldn't be the first time. Without the soldiers to scare them off, wild animals have been roaming closer to the settlements. Some have been known to attack people too. I've just had an idea. If Uniras are strong enough to defeat Legatus, then surely a few beasts shouldn't pose a threat. You've a mind to continue helping us. Perhaps you could head to the other side of the lake. There is a small group of tappers living there. People whose job was to extract ceruleum. They still do, from what we can tell. I've already tried asking if they would share their food with us. They're not willing to give it away. They want food in exchange. A lot of food. And that's something we don't have and can't get on our own. On top of that, to even reach their den, we'd have to make our way past all those creatures. Would you want to go in our place? You only need enough cerulean to last until the others are strong enough to travel to our camp. If the offer is to stand, that is. If the offer is to stand, that is. Oh, and I don't expect you to give up on your own supplies, but there might be another way to pay the tapper. Thank you so much. To reach tappers, then you have to cross a lake. The ice is thick enough to support a person's waist. But if you'd rather not take the risk, you need to take the long way around. Find the entrance can be tricky too. So it's easier to just look for someone standing guard outside. However, you decided to head there. Please be careful. What goes there? How did you find us? What do you mean I stand out like a sore thumb? If the poor bloods over at Victor's spoils hadn't given away our location, you'd never have found us. Those stuck-up arseholes thought they could come waltzing in here, demanding ceruleum with nothing to offer in return. Huh. Looks like the boot's on the other foot. Now the capital's gone. So they restored to sending you to negotiate? I know your game sells word. If they think that we give into intimidation, they got another thing coming. I'm dead yet. Very well. Very well. Just after I left, Hansina asked me to go and catch up with you, in case you need a hand. Someone must let slip that I've a little experience in transporting barrels of cerulean. So this is a trapper then? What up? After you? Who are you? What happened to the guards? Norzans and rebels here to save the people of Garlemald? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why the hells would you pass up this chance to put those Imperial bastards to the sword? Let me guess, none of you are Garlemald. You're brought here from other lands? Griabania, Ixenia, Boja, Dalmasca, to name but a few. Some dragged here against our will, others fed bollocks about a better life. I'll put to work extracting cerulean. I'll give the steam title of Anne, placing us firmly on the bottle hung off the ladder. But the old hierarchy means nothing in the new Garlemald, says we. About the only thing that escaped more or less unscathed in cerulean engines. You still sustain us even with our paymasters out of the picture. We hear you're experts in drawing up cerulean from the bottom of the lake. But how can you do that if it's frozen over? Would you like to know? Trade secrets, I'm afraid. At any rate, it's not as if cerulean is used for much these days. What with the city in ruins? We take enough to power our heaters and save the surplus for later. And thought it helps save off the cold. It does a sod all about our hunger unless we can trade it away. Speaking of which, be sure to tell your continent that we've got cerulean by the barrel. If they're interested, we'll exchange it for whatever provisions they are willing to spare. You can certainly ask, but if you all free to go now, why carry you on living here? Free to go? Go where? Even if we manage to get back to our homelands, there be nothing left for us, thanks to the Empire. And the knowledge and skills we acquire working here would be practically useless outside of Garlemald. So we're staying for the time being, long as there's need for civilian. We will find a way to get by, even if Garlemald was new and gone for good. Gone for good. Regardless of what the Isavarn contingent does for the people of Garlemald, the Empire itself is already a thing of the past. For many, that would be a cause for celebration, while for others, their whole way of life will have been turned upside down. After all the atrocities committed in the Empire's name, perhaps it is for the best that is consigned to history. But what of the ordinary people, their lives, their stories? Should they be forgotten too? I suppose there will be plenty of time to ponder that later. For now, let's see about getting some cereal. So you come seek cereal, have you? Yeah. These poor bloods up at Victor's spoils sent you? Return to their enemies for help. They must be more desperate than I thought. Then again, Lucina's goal, her little sister, to think about. A sister? But we only saw Lucina and 3 men. It's possible she died from whatever was ailing her. If she needed treatment, I doubt there'd be any way to get it around here. I may have refused Lucina at first, think she'd come back with something to exchange, but I cannot spare them a bottle's worth of silver. Consider the reward of introducing me to the rest of your contingent. Be sure to send them our way. You here? I can't for the life of me think why Lucina wouldn't keep her sister a secret from us. But we can ask about that after we deliver Celine. Come on, let's hurry back. This isn't right. It is too quiet. I do thought Afnald would still be treating them by the fire, but they are nowhere to be seen. I'll look inside the house while you search outside. They can't have gone far. Oh. They ask me to help carry supplies, but when I follow them back here, they attack me. Caught me off guard, forced me to defend myself. If they fare rather worse than me. You can't fool us, we know what you are about. Vultures, that's what you are, waiting in the wings for us to show weakness. Then you swoop. Here to help? Or a rot? I'll apply to make us lower our guard. Let you in, put yourselves in your mercy, put us in chains, steal our lands, get your revenge. You're wrong, that's not what any of us want. Save the arguments for later, we've got bigger problems. I found empty medicine bottles and a bed that was still warm. It is true, Lucina was hiding her sick sister inside the house. But now there's no sign of either of them. Where are they? Where did they go? Away from you and yours. And if you think I will tell you, you're a fool. I never give up my people. We're trying to help them, you idiot. Her sister's ill. The empty bottles prove it. So the medicine ran out. Or she put it in her pockets to make it easier to carry. Or to avoid the sound of clicking glass. There are beasts everywhere. How could you let them go alone? To protect them from you. We invade our homeland, taint it with the same sorcery used to slay our... Oh boy. You're waiting for a chance to free them since the moment you arrive. This is getting us nowhere. I cannot say how Lucinia and her sister will react when we find them. But find them, we must. Go on without me, both of you. I first need to tend to my injuries and theirs. I will join you if the search after. Alright, be careful. We'll do our best to find them quickly. There's only one path out here, so that's where we will start. Southwest. Yeah, is where I'm going. Oh no, I'm going right here. Two sets of fresh footprints. Young woman, juggling by the sides. This is definitely them. Come on. Oops. Oh, that mount is so cool. The trail. Yeah. The trail stops in the frozen lake. Perhaps they choose the route so as not to leave footprints. I can't think of any other reason. Look at this place. It's crawling with beasts and I can only imagine how hard it must be for a whiting sister to cross ice. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright. Woo! Huge area. Southeast. Oh, look at that! Where is it? Ah! How do I go there? Oh. Probably from way over there. It's not supposed to be fresh. Judging by the mound, the victim may have been severely wounded. Oh no. Oh! No.
Blood trail. We found one. They were attacked.
Oh!
No. Why? Why wouldn't they?
Safer to brave the wilds than trust in our magic. We should have... I should have...
Oh, so sad.
We can't leave them like this. We have to take them home.
What if we're only making it worse?
Maybe we don't belong here, but neither do they. Not out here in the wind and the cold.
Oh my god.
I heard the story about Varus's voice from beyond the grave. Of course, I didn't believe it, but Licinia and her sister did. Perhaps there is something to the tale after all. I want to understand. So I'm going to borrow this for a while, if that's all right. You had every reason not to trust us. We came as trespassers, invaders. But I pray that in time, we will be more than that to you. That we will find a way to help your loved ones. And see that no more children are left to freeze alone in the snow.
Oh, so sad. I must be seeing something we could done, but what? Should they have never come here? Would they still be alive if we hadn't? Good question, Alison. Not's resolve may be shaken, but he has not forgotten his duty. We have already caused enough harm here. Let us return to the camp before we cause any more. As for those inside the house, we should send someone to take care of them, someone who isn't us. All we can do for now is make our report to Lucia and do everything in our power to prevent further tragedy. So let us linger here no more. welcome. Oh, that's so sad. Oh no, wait. Can I go to that other Aether? Okay, over there. Either tell me they have finished their preliminary search for survivors, but refrain from saying much more than that. Clearly, they are reluctant to provide details. Might I ask, Erica? Yeah.
Thank you for your report. We shall inform the troops of these developments and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the victor's spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
I pray you are right. And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Licinia and her sister, please do so.
I am sorry to have put you through this.
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering. So tell me, what else have we learned?
As you may have already heard, we have succeeded in curing the members of the Populares, Maxima identified. They have provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald. The assassination of Emperor Varus was the catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize it. Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's Third Legion clashed with the First, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their shining city into a battleground. Like burning down the wood to spite the wasps. Neither side would be so mad. Unless something or someone inflamed their animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
It brings to mind events at the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front lines, specifically. Nerva and his father, Titus, Varus's then political rival, took advantage of rumors that Crown Prince Xenos had been possessed by a demon.
Elidibus, what better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth, or a close enough approximation?
Indeed. But before their accusations could be substantiated, many of Titus's followers were silenced. While some were merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. One after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
Again, Elidibus. Like as not, he had a hand in it. No evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly. Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the Third Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies. And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varus Sosgalvis is murdered. And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer. Shortly thereafter, Nerva claims the right of succession, and in response, the First Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing, presumably to provide them with the means and encouragement to pursue a swift victory, and that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
It would seem so. Though the Populares determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
So Fandaniel, in the guise of Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire time.
The information we gained from my friends does not end there. One night, shortly after fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor. From that point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers. But when asked about the Imperial Palace and its bizarre transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varus giving them orders in their dreams. May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
This sounds awfully familiar.
We have something to show you all.
Varus spoke to them through this radio. Perhaps it was a recording, but if not, that would be inexplicable.
We are of one mind, then.
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
I see it. While it is likely more by coincidence than design, these devices might also ward against a primal's influence. A picture is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal, then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around a radio desperate for news concerning the Civil War would have been spared.
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
My friends! I must speak with you!
Uh-oh.
A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall. Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if you wish to ask him questions.
I think we do.
Who do we have here?
Garleans? Traitors to your homeland! Have you no shame?
I am Lucia Junius, a Temple Knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Iulus Pier Norbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of Garlemald who have suffered most. This we know. And that is why we have come to offer you our aid, that we may unite against our common foe. Whether you believe me or not, those are the facts. Now, answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths. If it is supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours. If you wish to treat with him,
I will take you, but no more than 3.
I don't much like the sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the 2 of us and...
Do not negotiate with the terrorists.
Please allow me and Alize to act as envoys.
May I ask why?
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face. How their futures and lives hang in the balance.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe not a chance to make things right, but a chance to make them better.
I can see that persuading you otherwise is a lost cause, but you will proceed with the utmost care.
A couple of children and what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
Not in the least. You will find that they are more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
There are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.
Alright. You'll be received as invited guests, so I urge you to observe proper social etiquette to conduct yourselves accordingly. Your safe returns takes precedent above all else. Remember this. Duncan in particular will be worried sick if you are gone too long. May the Fury watch over you. Alright, Julius. Are you ready? I'll explain the route once we're outside of your camp. Hostility will... Okay. Nothing less, you have our full cooperation. Alright, this is fair enough. Listen carefully. We head over the hill, then follow the road until we reach Lingnau Station 4. Children in the lead, I want you where I can see you. We do have names, you know. I'm Alize and he's Offeld. And last but not least, there's Heston. Where have I heard that from? No matter, I've nothing to say. You watch the road ahead while we bring up the bear. I wasn't lying about there being many dangers, so you're to run. No southern run. Towards the station. If you even think about going for your weapon, the deal's off. Should any creatures bar the way, we go around them. Once you choose to depart, Julius will accompany you. Afinal and Alize will then begin moving towards the destination. Make our way to Limsa Station without falling behind. If you leave Julius behind for any reason or lose sight of Afinal and Alize, you may try again return to the stiplet. Why close to the bear?
Good to see you, Jack.
Audit! Hello! Audit
Welcome,
Jack.
Pluckyfish108S298.
Hello.
We hope you brought pizza.
We hope you brought pizza. Did you bring pizza? Buy followers. Ah! Alright. Ew, bots. Oh, hi, bots. Thank you, Lucas. Alright. This is it, the first stop. That is. Good. It looks like your friends knew better than to follow us. Are these your headquarters? No, we're stopping here so I can check for pursuit. Since it appears you've kept to your side of the bargain, we can carry on. North of the station is Region Duron, one of the main residential areas, or at least it was. The afflicted roam the streets in pact. They will tear us to shards if given the chance. Keep close. No wandering off. Understood? Unable to carry more items. Oh my gosh. Alright, discard some stuff I'm not using at all. Summoner, Black Mage, Arcane. My saddlebag, let me see. Oops. Yep. Wow, I thought my inventory was bad, and I am a crafter. Yeah, I forgot to stop by to put this to sale. I know I do have a lot of things here. Sage. Alright, from here we'll be heading northwest, keeping to the left right away. While the road itself is straightforward, getting past the hoarders using unseen is anything but. Keep your weapons at the ready. They would attack their own countrymen. Ah, it was a question. Oh, they spare their own, but slaughter the rest without hesitation. So we'll try to avoid detection. The chances of sneaking by completely unnoticed are slim at best. I will lead the way, but in the event we are seen, you are to fight alone. Those two will follow us, provided they can refrain from drawing their weapons. While I doubt they would be foolish enough to stab their guide in the back, I will not take that chance. With that said, let us proceed. I see why your comrades choose you. Julius, our contingent has a cure for the afflicted, or temperate, as we can call them. Your people would need to be taken into custody that we may administer the treatment, but they wouldn't eventually regain their sanity. Is that so? For all I know, your treatment would simply phase them to forsake one master for another. As far as I and my legion are concerned, they are no longer our people. They are beyond saving. Those who thought differently and tried to reason with them were butchered for their bleeding hearts. Come, we have to keep moving. Oh, that's so sad. Ah! Wrong one. Looks like we're not being followed. We will continue onward. Mean what I say, these people deserve only death. I stay my hand before only out of desire to remain undiscovered, and that it is still the higher priority. We should continue to avoid unnecessary confrontations. Keep following the railway. Soldiers that are so temperate their bodies have muted. Look at what they have become. Would you still stand there and claim that they can be crude? Those exposed to a vast quantity of a primal ether may suffer severe corruption. Even with treatment, such victims are beyond salvation. Then you admit it. Now that you have seen these monstrosities for yourself, perhaps you think twice before speaking of a cure. This is Tertium, one of the Garleand's largest stations. It now serves as our headquarters. I've already sent the twins ahead. I will be with you soon, so wait for me at the bottom of the stairs. Ah. It's plain to see why they choose this as their base of operations. They could have done a lot of worse. Even so, I imagine it's not the easiest place to live. Indeed, and if Julius was willing to make the previous journey to Camp Broken Glass in search of food, their own supplies must be all but exhausted. They may be shielded from the wind and snow, but it's still bitterly cold. Much like Victor's spoils, it must be a constant struggle to keep their people warm. Lower your voices, while you may be here as my guests. The others will not take kindly to your presence. My commander is in the locomotive over there. This reminds me Final Fantasy VII remake.
These are their chosen representatives.
A lot is going representing file.
Very well. Let us hear what they have to say.
Yes, sir. I present to you our commander, Lord Quintus Vankina, Legatus of the First Legion.
The First? I had no idea you had survived.
We lost our Emperor, our city, more than half our troops. For my wounds, I may never take the field again. But we survived, aye. In a manner much to your liking, I dare say.
We have no intention of adding to your misfortunes, nor do we bear you any ill will.
Spare me. Though you children may speak in earnest, overtures of peace ever ring hollow in my ears. So long as man stands to profit from his neighbor's suffering, war is inevitable.
No.
Driven from our ancestral homeland into this blasted waste. Yet still you yearned to rob us of our paltry scraps. 'Twas only with Magitech that you learned to keep your distance. Though we knew it was only a matter of time before you regrouped and returned. Conquest and Empire were our only defenses. Emperors Solus and Varys understood this, and through their campaigns saw us grow and prosper. Much blood has been spilled in Garlemald's name, aye. But if it is a choice between yours and mine, then it is hardly a choice at all.
I do not deny that a great many conflicts throughout history were driven by the desire or necessity to gain by another's loss. That is not why we are here. Nor have we come to petition your aid in the war with the Telophoroi, grave though that threat may be. Our purpose is simply this. We wish to help you. Let us help you. If there is aught that can be done to ease your plight, we would be glad to do it.
Perhaps you would. But regardless of the ideals you espouse, your leaders would not send an army into Garlemald if they did not stand to benefit. If we accept their aid, they will expect their efforts to be rewarded once the Telophoroi are no longer a threat. And after compensation and concessions, the great empire would be brought to heel. Her enemies rejoice at her downfall. Our third eye, a mark of shame.
We won't stand idly by and let your people be humiliated. And we're not alone in that. We only want to make a difference, to make this world of ours better. Surely you can understand that. What I'm trying to say is, there are so many people who just don't care about making you suffer. And maybe that's almost insulting after all the suffering you feel the world has subjected your people to, but believe it or not, that's the truth. And now we're here, and all we're asking is for you to tell us what you want, what you hope for.
So much blood has been shed, so much lost. All because of this endless war. Who wouldn't want to end it? Can we not work together to face our problems as one?
Answer me this, young peacemakers.
Peacemaker.
If a world without conflict is your desire, why reject the unity and prosperity of Garlemald?
Howdy, the one and only Caius.
Is it
Welcome
because
back.
we do not share your faith?
Because we do not share your fate?
That we do not share your heritage? That our ideals and virtues differ? That we cherish and hold in the highest that which you do not?
Hey, hun. Oh, hi. How's it going? Feelings, I gotta have this. How's it going? Sharing, holding the highest that which we do not.
Disparity is the root of discord, and peace built on compromise is flawed and fleeting.
Oh.
Happiness for one and all is a dream, and the reality is that to the victor go the spoils. That is why we Garleans will never submit nor surrender. For freedom and for pride, we will remain true to ourselves until the bitter end.
Oh, Ronnie, thank you! Hello, hello. I was all upset. Upset too when I was at this part. I am very upset. I am very upset. Oh, that's so much.
It seems there is nothing more to say on the matter. You will remain here while I decide what is to be done with you. Do not be alarmed. No harm will come to you if you cooperate.
We will not resist. However, as your guests, I ask that we be allowed to speak with the other members of your group.
As you wish. I had no intention of locking you up, as by dawn you would be frozen stiff and you're no good to me dead. You are free to move about the encampment, but there is one condition. Collar them.
What are these?
Incentive. You'll be watched at all times. Stray too far or act suspiciously, and we will administer a rather painful shock.
Oh my gosh.
Stop. Keep away from that one. The champion of Eorzea is not so easily cowed. Even if she allowed herself to be collared, the shock would be no more than an itch. No. If she refuses to obey, we will activate the twins' restraints instead.
You needn't worry about us.
Oh my gosh!
We'll forget we're even wearing them soon enough.
Even now, you still... Why go to such lengths? What is it all for?
I put my grandma on speed dial the other day. I call it Instagram.
You are a curious one. A far cry from the merciless barbarian others paint you to be.
Oh no.
You will be their warden. Take them away.
There's a giveaway also happening. You can put an exclamation point and giveaway. You see the rules and you can go to the list. There you go. Thank you, Lucas.
Yes, sir.
My gosh, what's gonna happen on this game? He's not responding. Pleasant today, maybe. As for Lord Quinto's instructions, I am to supervise you during your time here in territory. Before you ask, no, I don't have a key or any other means to remove your collars. Nor would I tell you if I did. And if you try anything, you soon wish you hadn't. So, do you truly intend to speak with the others, or was there merely a ruse? You're in no hurry to disobey Lord Quintos, if that's what you mean. If that's what you mean. Or perhaps you doubt the wisdom of decision. Do as you will, but remember, I'll be watching. If I catch wind of you doing anything untoward, trying to trick our people into turning their coats and the like, those shock collars will be the last of your worries. Understood? So you're somewhat compromising. To put it lightly, let's not waste this opportunity. I suggest splitting up and learning what you can of their situation. And above all else, don't use magic tricks of any sort. You, on the other hand, may go wheresoever you wish. Even outside the camp. I know full well I couldn't stop you if I tried. But do not forget, if you do anything to endanger us or our interests, after all, the knowledge will pay the price. Octavia. Castia. I saved the Lord Guardian's 15 legend. I was there on the night the Praetorium fell. You and your adventurers, you killed them, my comrades, my friends, swept them aside in their dozen, as though they were nothing to you. And maybe I am too, just another faceless enemy to be cut down. But it won't be long until our countrymen return. Until you get what you deserve. Mark my words. Ooh. She's mad. I know who you are. The so-called champion of Eorzea. Come to Glot, have you? I will wipe that smirk off of your face. But the blood of our fallen compatriots. I swear I will. Damn, are these sutures? Of all the times, the worst of the lot within striking distance, and I can't even muster the strength. If it weren't for the third within us, would be the end of you. Virgilia's treachery nearly cost Lord Quintus his life, but we made our escape. Took shelter in a mansion. Tended the wound as we prepared to strike back, and then night fell and we gathered around the radio. Then the war. The terrible war. The capital was in chaos, but we were spared. My God, what is going on with your inventory? Ah! Oh my gosh. Yeah, I need to fix that. I know. That's bad, I know. I cut you down where you stand if I could. Murder. Ooh. Ooh. Already. Perhaps what saved the soldiers here from being tempered. Yeah, because it's the same material. You came to Julius, didn't you? Well, whatever business brought you here, you would best keep your hands off the Aether. It is deactivated, but I'd rather you didn't mess about with it. There are others through the city, built by guardians. Poor guardians. Could teleport all over the blink of one eye, provided there was a terminal nearby. These days, however, we use the Aether's power to keep this place lit. Though that comes at the cost of its normal function. Alright. I'm gonna torture you guys. Did you learn anything of note? A couple things. Their findings are consistent with my own. Their plight is desperate indeed. The sick and injured are at greatest risk. Without warm and proper nutrition, I fear they will soon perish. I realize there is precious little we can do for them at present, but I cannot bear to see them suffer. Please, will you help me tend to them? Alrighty. Over here. Sounds like teapot. Die. Who's there? My eyes. I can't see all that well. Thank you. The numberness has subsided a little. But I know I won't last much longer. You should look to the others who can still fight. Give them my ration. If me going hungry means someone else leaves to see another day. Oh, that's so sad. So be it. Best I can still serve in the... Wow. Oh my God! I'm already heartbroken! So those you met fare no better? I was afraid you would say that. I know you were warned against meddling in their affairs, but we can't leave them like this. Perhaps we might again permission to have the contingent deliver supplies? Quintus may have made his feelings on the matter quite clear, but even he must recognize they are not in a position to refuse help. Maybe Julius could persuade him? Thought we'd need to persuade Julius first. Alright, Julius. Come on, Julius. Well, Sienna. Julius. The people here have barely enough food and fuel to survive. Have you and the other soldiers been able to procure any more supply? We've been scavenging provisions from the nearby houses, as most families kept rather some store away in the event they were snowed in. Still going out and getting in dangerous work, and we have a lot of mouths to feed. Food is a great concern, though. We had some cerulean set aside until it was stolen. We have identified the culprit. Couldn't be other refugees, or one of the afflicted for all we know. Either way, we're down to the last dregs. Without the heating they needed, those in poor health are only going to get worse instead of better. If it's something you need, our contingent has secured a ready supply. We can have some sent over. We will not accept your charity. If we can hold on a little longer, the situation is sure to change. Everything will change. There's something of it, have you? Well, from what I've seen, there is little you could do to interfere. So there is no harm in telling you. One of our scouts spotted a hooded man issuing instructions to the afflicted, or in the bastard's words, loyal servants of the telephone. Then he made his way inside the Imperial Place, or what's standing in this place. We identified sick of the enemy's power, we realized. Lord Quintus dispatched a messenger to the town, Legion saying as much and instructing them to join forces with the provincial legions to prepare for a combined assault on the telephone. Once our allies arrive, your contingent will be sent running for the hills. Then we shall reclaim the capital by our own hand. And how do we intend to survive in the meantime? At this rate, many of your countrymen will perish long before reinforcements reach Garlemald. They need help now. Say the word and we will bring you Selena. I will speak with Lord Quintus. That's good. So, did he agree to it? No! He will not place Garlemald in the debt of her enemies. I have, however, been ordered to search for Sylvan outside. As you are under my watch, you come with me. Oh dear. Very well, after all, many hands make light work. What are more trouble than your war? Once we're outside, we will follow my instructions to the letter. We depart shortly. Myself is somewhat bizarre position of leading ambassadors of an enemy contingent of Salonian Radio Urbanissima. The first location is Forum Solius, a park to the northwest of his station. You are to remain close at all times and act only as ordered. Follow me. Alice. So this is the park. I'm surprised they found space for one amongst all these buildings. Actually, the recreational areas came first. The houses were later built around them. A health society requires communal spaces for children to play and adults to socialize. This park was named after the founding father of the empire, the great Zos Galbos. No? And right, some goes for the rest of the machina in the vicinity. But as our saloon has been stolen, we must score the city for every last drop. And while I don't expect to find anything here, I've decided to try one more time, in case something has been overlooked. I see, then with your permission we will commence the search. One over here. Drop counter. I should wait. Then I will come back here. Oh, that's a map. Oh, it's a. Oh, like, who is that? It's a person in the game. Oh, it's you. Ain't it lucky? There's no sign of any saloon. Hardly surprising, but disappointing not. None at least. I couldn't have not seen you gazing at the palm. Something that matters? What? Yes, I mean, no. It's just I used to bring my brother and sister here to play. Oh my gosh, can be any. Are they alive? Please say they're alive. The pound was heated to stop it freezing over. So, like all the other children, they just had to wade in the splash about. Would stay there if they didn't drag them out. We'd been sopping wet when all was safe and done everything. And every time when we'd get home, Mother would scold us, saying we'd catch our death, waking around like that. The pond was heated. With a solar powered heater, by chance? I suppose it must have been. Come to think of it, I remember seeing engineers changing out a tank beneath the hatch. But that was a long time ago, when the water still flowed clear and wasn't this brackish muck. I can't see a thing, and I can't remember where the hatch might be. With the machinery most likely broken, the amount of filth in there is probably the only reason it hasn't frozen over. I'd wager it's still unbearably cold. Julius, what are your thoughts on magic? Average Garling would jump out of their skin if they saw it. But the first has a few foreign signifier and medicine, so it doesn't scare me. Then I take it you won't mind if I employ a little now. After as you have a knack for finding dry wood, why don't you bring me some? Once that's done, a blast of Verfire should do the trick. Leave it to me. You're not planning to go in there, are you? Of course I am. That tank isn't going to fetch itself. It's nothing so involved an extra unprocessed tellurium from a frozen lake like how the tappers do it. We're taking about a shallow point in the park, and we have a way of warming ourselves up after. But that's insane. So fancy a bit? I don't want to find Selena tank in a rotten egg. So there's will both smell like water eggs. This is over. Oh, I got freeze bite. Oh. Point of interest. Let's the ball. However, your discovery comes at great personal cost. You become acutely aware of a freezing cold and rancid odor emanating from every ill of your body. Julius, you doubtless feel compelled to pinch his nose shut when you deliver to him. Uh-oh. That's it. There is still some saloon left. Oh, the fire is still not ready. Hold on, I will give you half another hand. Call me an Uda because by fire I am reborn, and my clothes are mostly drying out. I appreciate your recovering this living, but I wish you'd taken the time to discuss the plan with me beforehand. Despite the way you're being treated, in Lord Queen's eyes, you're still a voice deserving of protection. If you were to die on my watch, he would be most displeased. Your concern is duly noted, but all's well that ends well. Julius, you mentioned coming here with your younger siblings. Do you grow up in Garlemald? I did, not far from here. My father was an accomplished researcher in his youth, and for his contribution to the empire, awarding and state. You live well, better than many. What was Garlemald like in those days? Everything. It was everything you could imagine, and so much more. Even during the coldest winters, we always found warmth and comfort at home. Coming from the snow, taking off your coat and sitting down for a hot meal with family. Visiting friends and relatives, receiving the same welcome, knowing they had everything they needed. Walking down the street, seeing the lights in all the houses, hearing the faint sound of laugh and song of happiness. And although the summers came and went all too quickly, in the brief respect, the ice would melt and the forgotten grass make this triumphant return. Gray clouds have way too blue skies. Some mornings we'd climb to the top of the Telus building we couldn't find to watch sunrise. Never again. Those rooftops are rubble. Those friends dead and those memories. But if I could reclaim even a fraction of what we once had, soon our chance will come. We just need to hold on a little longer. I'm 85. No good deed. Now that the fire has burned out, Julius is ready to move on. Alright. You recover from your escapades in the pound. There is another location I'd like to search, just outside the park. Ba-da-dum-bum. As you can see, this place is littered with the remains of various types of war machina. While my comrades and I have already recovered the tanks from the less damaged units, those that took a more severe beating are harder to scavenge. We decided to save those for another time. The time being now. Rather than price them apart, piece by piece, it would be quicker to remove the outer casing using compact explosives. With luck, we'll gain access to the tanks without rupturing them. But the force generated by these devices is relatively weak. I would advise you stand well clear to avoid being hit by any sharp metal. Before even bothering through, you should check the Machina's Larian's gauge to see if there is any left. It should still provide an accurate reading, even when the unit itself is inactive. If the gauge is broken, I will let you decide whether to use an explosive or not. Should you need more? So let's go to work. No way to determine how much for. Oh, so I'm gonna use it. Oops. Is this a long thing? You find it to be completely empty. Oh, great. Alright, Julio. Give me more. Right, I got you. I got you. Empty. Half full. Alright. Half full works. You've done it again. Truly luck is on your side. With this, we should refuel quite a few of our heaters. It's time we head back. Wait here while I go and see how Alice and Afinaldo are faring. Não dá licença que eu dou banho, não.
Finally escaped the watchful gaze of your keepers, have we? Don't react. You'll only draw attention to yourself. Just carry on as you are and listen. After you left with the Garlean lad, Lucia bade a few of us scouts follow you at a discreet distance. We observed you being led into the station, but decided against venturing inside. When you emerged sometime later, and we saw that the twins were sporting Magitech collars, it was clear what had taken place. Now, as quietly as you can, tell me everything.
The Legatus himself, eh? Now there's a surprise. This is also the first I've heard of a plan to join forces with the 10th and storm the Tower of Babel. An interesting development, and perhaps the opportunity we've been waiting for. Our comrades back at the camp also received some rather promising news, but it's still too early to get our hopes up. For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
Indulge them.
With luck, this will all be over soon. Until then.
They had not gone far.
We searched high and low, but no luck, I'm afraid. I might have guessed you'd be the only one to find anything.
I wasn't expecting much to begin with. Eventually, there will be nothing left out here for us to safely salvage. For now, this will have to suffice. We should return to the station.
Ah, there you are. Heard you'd gone hunting for ceruleum above ground. Brought back a king's ransom?
Hardly. But thanks to these three, we have enough to last a little while longer.
Well, well. It's not at all as I was expecting, these ones. For savages, they seem positively docile. It's a poor attempt at humor. In all honesty, I'm grateful for your efforts. But even with another night of warmth, there are those among us who may not live to see the morrow.
I trust your expedition was fruitful.
Lord Quintus!
Use what you procured to refuel the armor.
But, sir, what about the heaters for the camp?
The time for action is upon us. My men and I have matters to discuss. In the meantime, you are to wait here. Do not forget, you are being watched.
Oh my god.
The time for action. What did he mean by that?
I can only speculate. Clearly something requiring their magitech, given what we just heard. Whether they plan to utilize it now, or after they join with the 10th, is another question. Will they ever escape this cold? Return to and reclaim the idyllic spaces of which Eulus spoke?
Finished your war, Council?
Alphino and Alizea to stay here as our prisoners. They will be released once your comrades have relinquished their supplies and withdrawn from Garlean soil. Until our terms are met, They will be detained at a separate location.
After everything we've said and done, this is how you treat us.
Our allies have but limited supplies. They may stave off cold and starvation for a short while, but what then?
Oh!
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
Get them out of here.
Oh my god. If not, they will be fine, providing they do not resist. This again really has been entrusted with an unavoidable task. You accompany me back to your camp, where I will meet your leader and present Lord Quintus' demand. Before we depart, however, there is something I would ask of you. Assuming your contingent complies, the supplies they surrender will need to be transported here. That task falls to Legionaries Marcellus and Octavia. We'll pilot Magitech armor to your headquarters. You are to inform them that we are leaving shortly. Tell them to ask the EO for further details in those words. Once you have seen to do that, meet me by the exit. Oh, but he's sad. He said no, he's ill. You again. Well, that should be the way of it after all this. How ironic that you should be the one to deliver the news. If those are my orders, then so be it, for the glory of Garlemald. None of them like me. Oh, can I do that right now? No. That's just a decision. I knew he would understand, that he would recognize the savage as a ruthless, merciless creature. And to defeat him, we too must be uncompromising. I am ready. In the name of the Empire varies, for the Lord of Garlemald, I will fulfill my... This is what I think it is. Duty is rarely a simple thing. We have been given additional orders, whether we will be required to follow them depends entirely on your conduct. You and I are on this together now. Like it or not, we have to cooperate. There is one other matter, a place I'd like to visit on the way to your camp. It's a short walk from here. Follow me.